Tonight from Brooklyn Center, a rivalry game as the Centaurs host the Fridley Tigers in boys basketball here on CCX TV. John Hedden and Ariel McDonald, glad to be with you this evening for this matchup that, I don't know, these two teams coming in, the records aren't what they wanted them to be. They've had to miss games. They got some players that aren't going to be here. But for both sides, they had this game circled on the calendar before the season even started.
Like you said, John, this is like a crosstown rivalry a little bit. Many of these kids know each other from AAU. They know each other from just playing years of high school basketball. So it's always something that, regardless of whoever shows up, they're ready to compete and get it going.
We talked about some players that not being here, but there's some big-time scorers that are going to be on the court tonight to watch out for, including Devin Williams, who leads the Fridley Tigers in scoring. He's going to have to pick it up even more with their number 2 scorer out tonight.
Oh, of course. You know, sometimes what happens is, though, when one of your key players goes down or is missing, it makes you have more sense of alertness. Your awareness is heightened. So I'm looking for him to have a spectacular game.
On the other side, Quade Douglas, a guy that I know you think more people should know about. They're going to see him tonight, and probably throughout this season and next season, people are going to hear more and more of that name.
Oh, yeah. You know, unfortunately, playing in Brooklyn Center, going through the changes and the adjustments, this young kid has hung in there. He's got his work done in the classroom, good behavior outside of the school, but he's a quiet assassin, one of the state's prolific scorers the last couple years. Unheard of player, but I'm looking forward to him in his senior year really receiving some of those flowers that he deserves.
29 points per game through 4 so far. These two teams take the court when we come back to tip it off here on CCX Sports.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Back inside Brooklyn Center High School, where the hometown Centaurs welcome in the Fridley Tigers tonight for boys basketball. John Hedden, Ariel McDonald, and our entire CCX TV crew, glad to be with you this evening. They're going through the starters here on the court. Let's do the same and look at who is starting for the 2-6 Fridley Tigers and the 1-3 Brooklyn Center Centaurs. Ahmed, Newton, Kapu, Williams, and Smith for the Tigers. Navangsa, Powell, Jones, Douglas, and Pongsak for the Centaurs. And we will look to see an interesting game, I think, because we'll expect some speed, we'll expect up and down the court play, but the cast of characters has been changing, especially for this Brooklyn Center team. And so you've got guys who haven't necessarily practiced as the starting 5 or as the regular rotation in action tonight.
You know, it's definitely going to be a challenge, but like Coach Gilbert spoke about, you know, trying to build this program as we spoke to him prior to the game, it's just an opportunity for players who probably don't play as much, get the opportunity to go and contribute tonight and maybe, you know, make some stake in the game, or now in the next up-and-coming games, you know, they maybe get some more minutes. So certainly for Fridley, they didn't expect this, but it'll be interesting to see, will they have a letdown with some of these Brooklyn Centaurs missing for tonight's game.
Both these teams have gotten a couple of games in a row in. They had their game that would have been their third to last canceled. In those more recent games, Fridley has gotten its wins this season. And on the other side, for Brooklyn Center, they have fallen in some lopsided games with these awkward lineups that they've had to run out there. We are set at about half court for the tip. All right, ball tipped back and brought into the front court by Fridley. They'll move right to left in the white unis this evening. Ball put into the post, nearly lost, regathered. Bounce pass to the cutter, his shot blocked on the way up. Good swap that time by Quade Douglas, who we highlighted prior. Here on the run, shot up, no good, off the miss by Antoine Jones. Taken right back and laid in by Powell. First points of the night to go to the Centaurs.
If you're Fridley and you're playing on the road, definitely don't want to have any unforced turnovers right there. Just making it a little bit easier for the Centaurs to score. With them being down players this evening, Fridley really got to do a better job controlling the ball.
The air ball taken away by the Centaurs into the front court. Right-handed layup off the left side glass won't go. And the rebound secured by the Tigers. Into the front court is Antoine Smith. The sophomore pushes it into the corner. Bounce pass into the lane. A shot no good. And I don't believe there's a foul call. Looked like there might have been contact on that attempt by Ahmed. Instead, we play on.
Yeah, referees letting them play early. And sometimes when you have athletes on the floor, referees can sometimes get in the way. But early on, just letting the boys get a feel for each other and playing hard and playing ball.
Smith tries to center or get this one into the lane. It's knocked away. Now worked around the arc, back into the middle. From the post, kick to the point. Free throw line, left out to the right wing. Three from there, won't roll in. Off the miss by MJ Newton. The ball secured. Oh, no, lost out of bounds. One more chance coming for these Tigers.
Centaurs have come out here in this 2-3 zone, a matchup. And for Fridley, they have their leading scorer playing in the at the high elbow right there at the free throw line. And he's one of their leading scorers. It's going to be interesting to see how they get him buckets or get him opportunities to score, because they're going to need his 18 points a game to win if they're playing on the road tonight.
MJ Newton with the ball. He's fouled. Contact coming from Antoine Flowers, his first personal. First team foul for either side. Excuse me, not Flowers. That's Caden Navangsa getting his first. Ball lofted up, no good. Tip in follow for Devin Williams. Picked it out of the air and slides it through for two. We're tied early.
And just when I was speaking about how he was going to find scoring opportunities, there he is, keeping the ball alive, getting active on those offensive boards. Gets a putback.
Shot from the lane, no good on the mid-range J. Rebound secured by the Tigers and taken up by Newton. Newton attacking the basket, leaves it off underneath. Dribble and then a quick shot. That's no good. Off the miss, it tips out towards the corner. Reset, three from there. That is good. Got a little help along the way, but Devin Williams knocking down the three.
I think I spoke too soon, John. Just right there, Devin hitting the last 5 points there, but nice, what we call sometimes the extra pass there. Gives him an opportunity to knock down a three.
Navangsa trying to dribble off the screen, set by Powell, has some trouble. Powell now leaving it out to the arc. It's stolen away, taken on the run. Into the front court, Tigers will lay it up. Off the score by Kapu. Tigers now on a 7-0 run.
Already a few minutes gone by, and Brooklyn Center's leading scorer, not even a shot attempt, but here looking to take it to the hole right there.
Douglas lays it in with the left hand. He'll go to the line, chasing a three-point play. Beauty as he knifed right through the defense for his first points of the evening.
And there's Douglas just showing his quality and his skill there, using that screen and roll and getting downhill. And a right-hand player actually finishing at the rim left hand. Good fundamentals there.
The Centaurs team that averages about 62 points per game. Both these teams have had their struggles on the defensive end for the most part this year, as Quay able to hit the free throw, pulls his team within two. Ball nearly tipped, now taken on a baseline drive, and a foul called on the other end. Tigers will go to the line to shoot two off the foul, and called on Pongsack, his first.
Centaurs got to be careful with those fouls. That was a great charge opportunity there. And because they have limited players, really got to be careful with those fouls.
I'm not sure Fridley has the same issue. More players than bench seats here, as the shot off the back iron, no good for Smith. Smith named one of the top prospects by North Star Hoops for the 2024 class. There's Bryce Richter in his second year, 10-16 overall record since taking over the program. The error drive to the hoop, finish off the window. Douglas has had no trouble getting in deep on those last two possessions. Tigers called for the travel, and a turnover will put the ball back in the hands of the Centaurs. Field goal puts them in front. Look at Coach Andre Gilbert, also in his second year.
You know, if you look at Coach Gilbert, you know why he can relax. When you have a prolific scorer on your team where you know you got a guy who can just go get you a bucket, just makes it so much easier to coach.
Centaurs controlling, just pulling the trigger from deep off the left wing. There's the bucket for Douglas. So after knifing in, a no hesitation pull-up three. Tigers driving baseline, it's Ahmed. He gets underneath, hands it off, and this one laid in by Williams, and the two guys we spotlighted before tearing it up early.
That's right, they're right. They're getting busy. They got settled in now. A couple minutes goes by, making their adjustments. We see Douglas taking it to the basket and then hitting a nice little three-point shot. And we see, sorry about that, go ahead.
No, Pongsack missing on that shot.
Yeah.
So we go the other way with the Tigers. This ball tipped out and stolen again. Centaurs back to offense, looking for the lead. The Euro step move won't finish. Offensive rebound and the putback doesn't go. Now the ball's lost out of bounds off of Fridley. Another opportunity for the Centaurs. Now they'll set up possibly in the half court.
You know, Fridley attacking on the transition there, but throwing a cross-court pass. They got to be more aware than that.
Ball left out to the top for Powell. He's got a pair already tonight. Works his way to the right wing. Being guarded tightly by Williams. Hands it back to Pongsack. He'll try to skip a pass, but there was a man in between. Snagged by Douglas. Quay Douglas back to Pongsack. Hesitation. Now leaves it off to the left wing. Hard feet inside. Scoop shot up. That won't go. Offensive rebound. Second attempt. Doesn't drop either. Good efforts by Antoine Jones, but the junior shots wouldn't drop. 13-18 remaining here in the first half. Tied at 10. Ball taken down the left side of the lane, and then a traveling call. We've seen a couple of those already against Fridley today.
Yeah, Fridley with already 4 turnovers early. You know, with trying to beat that zone, just need a couple ball swings. Instead of just trying to take your man off the dribble drive initially, everyone will be watching you. A couple ball swings, a skip pass, something will open up.
Pongsack, his pass deflected by Eric Dean. Left back Dean, one of the 6 captains for the Tigers. Ball controlled at the top. This is Powell moving to his left. From the wing, looking for an option, and again, getting in the way was Dean. Some defensive acumen for that young man. 12:49 stopped on the first half clock. Ball stays with the Centaurs. Send it in quickly for Navangsa. Caden makes his move to the left. Now we'll pull up the three-pointer. No good. Rebound secured by the Tigers. Bashir Ahmed has it. He'll outlet ahead. Capu into the front court. Gives it off to Dean. Dean with the floater up the window. It's good for 2.
Great attack there. Great attack. A little patience. A couple swings of the ball. Something opens up.
Senior scores off the bench, and now we've got a lead for the Tigers once more. Here's Douglas. Pull up for 3. Got it. Douglas. 2 triples from long range. He's got the 3-point play. He's into double figures already. Here, a handoff underneath and an easy finish for Bashir Ahmed. That's his first bucket. We're seesawing back and forth on the scoreboard. 12:03 remaining, and it's a 14-13 lead for the Fridley Tigers.
Coach Gilbert calling that timeout there. All of a sudden, Quay sets his guy up, comes off the screen road, really does a great job, and then finishes with the 3-point shot. But what Mr. Gilbert calls a timeout for is, how do we make a shot and then we give up a layup on the other end? So that's just one of those things. You know, you have some players missing, so now some players into the game, maybe not aware, don't have, you know, maybe some of the minutes underneath their belt. So that's something he's got to address. So good timeout right there by Coach G.
So Brooklyn Center just 4 games under their belt, as we've talked about. They had 2 games canceled against Cristo Rey Jesuit and Minneapolis Roosevelt. On the other side, the Tigers also had 1 game canceled. They were supposed to play Egan at the Tartan Holiday Tournament. I imagine they would have had more because they were probably going to play more than just 1 game.
That's right.
Out there. But it officially shows as 1 canceled game. Centaurs into the front court. Trying to bounce it off awkwardly. It's now stolen away. Capu into the front court. Rises towards the rim. Loses the ball along the way. Saved by his teammates. Drive in. Kick to the right wing. Now pull up. Pass it off. A lot of guys leaving their feet for the pass. Now secured in the lane. And we have... Is there contact down there? Yeah, it looks like foul call. Take another look. Whistle comes right about here. The jump ball. Nope, it was a foul. Foul called on Douglas, his first. 3 team fouls for the Centaurs at this point. Here, drive right down the lane, wide open. Missing the opportunity, though, is Capu when we move into the other end. Rising up is Navangza. His shot won't go. Rebound secured by the Tigers once more.
Referees not rewarding the offensive player trying to create contact on layups, letting them play.
Smith hands the ball off. Now getting into the free throw line. Tried to get it back on the pass from Gideon Cooper. Instead, it's stolen away. And here comes Douglas. Quay Douglas leaves it into the corner. 3 on the way. No good for Pongsack. And the rebound grabbed by Devin Williams. Williams sitting on 7 points. Passes it up ahead. Now into the left corner. 3 on the way. Good! Shot made by Antoine Smith. His first field goal. Makes it a 4-point lead for the Tigers.
Looks like Devin Williams is going to take on the responsibility trying to slow down Douglas here.
Douglas launches the 3 anyway. Doesn't go. Rebound hauled in by Cooper. Fridley getting some contributions off the bench early. Here's a drive down the lane. Finger roll to finish. Or excuse me, down the baseline. Beautiful play that time by Capu.
Centaurs got to do a better job getting back on defense. If they miss a shot, can't put their head down. If they turn it over, they just got to get back on defense. They're in zone, so they should be able to slow down Fridley. They got to do a better job of that.
Pongsack from the corner, leaves it off to Douglas. Douglas trying to drive on Williams, gives it back to Pongsack. His drive kicks it out. Williams steals it away. Fed ahead for Smith. He heads to the hoop. Lefty lane, good.
Got 8 unanswered points by Fridley here. Centaurs got to pick their head up, as this can get ugly. It's 9:55 left. They're still in the game, and they're at home. So
5 of those coming on field goals by Antoine Smith. Pongsack tried to leave it out for Navangsa. Into the backcourt. Over and back is called.
looks like Douglas is a little winded here, but right at this point, this is an important part. He probably needs to take some initiative and go after that ball and really, create for his team. Did a good job creating for a teammate and gave him a nice little open shot, 3-point shot in the corner there. Just didn't go down, but they need to put the ball in his hands because at least he's going to give you a scoring opportunity.
He had those back-to-back plays where he knifed right to the hoop with ease.
Yeah.
8-point game. Tigers with the lead in the ball. Nearly lose it. Yep. Cough it up inside the lane. It's stolen by Douglas. Feeds it ahead. Navangsa's shot. Tipped from behind. Looked like Dean got a finger on that. He steals it right back. Now he'll launch the 3. Partially deflected. Navangsa leaves it back out. Now some trouble, and Antoine Jones draws the foul. I believe that was Ahmed. So 5 straight games have gone in the win column for the Tigers in this matchup. Last year there were 2 meetings, one that was really lopsided, and then the more recent one you see there was a very tight game that the Tigers barely pulled out. Got to go back to February of 2019 for the last Centaurs win. Early we were playing tight. Things are starting to get lopsided here early. 3-pointer from the corner, no good. Rebound to Dean. Here's Antoine Smith into the front court for the Tigers. Gives to Dean. Top of the key 3. They wave it off, calling for a travel. And the turnover by the Tigers gives the Centaurs another opportunity to cut into this lead. Dean didn't get a lot of distance there. Just a little shuffle of the feet. Loses his team the possession. Here. Tried to enter that one to the high post, and stepping in front is Williams. He gets called for the foul in the contact. First foul on Williams. Pongsack with the entry pass. Goes high over the top for Douglas. Matched up with Williams, gives it back to Pongsack. Faces up to the basket, starts to drive, now gets caught up. And an offensive foul called against the Centaurs. Second foul on Pongsack tonight.
Wow. That was a tough call there. I mean, no one fell. Looked like they got tangled up a little bit. In fact, kind of from this angle, it looked like he got fouled, but.
Here's MJ Newton moving it into the front court for the Tigers. Gives to Williams from the free throw line, leaves it out left wing. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound tipped out, and grabbing hold of it is Pongsak. Up ahead to Navangsa. He rises to loose. Swatted from behind. Oh my! Gideon Cooper with authority that time.
Fridley not conceding the layup. Good hustle there. Centaurs had an opportunity there, but just wasn't aware that there was another guy trailing. I always tell players, assume that they didn't go to the locker room if you're out in front.
Ball sent in to Douglas. He'll pull up on the three. Back iron miss. Dean with the rebound. Gives it to Williams. Walks over the timeline, sets up at the top of the key. Over to the right side. Smith with a drive down the right baseline. No good, but a foul called. Contact came after he leapt into the air, so 2 at the free throw line coming for Smith. That block's the most electric play we've had in this game so far. And yeah, it was Cooper who got it, but there were 3 total players working defensively to try and make that happen. It took all of them to get the stop. First free throw doesn't go for Smith.
Yeah, he'd like to get that back. You see him a little winded there, but you got to hit some construction, young fella.
Sophomore second shot falls.
It's always funny how a player, he'll airball, and then the next shot, he swishes it.
It just feels like free throws are 100% mental.
Yeah, that's all they are. They really are. You know, if players didn't chase trying to be 100%, then probably the percentages would be higher, because it seriously is just all mental.
Hard pass in the lane for Douglas. He receives it well, forces up a shot, no good, but a foul called. He was surrounded by 3 defenders.
But he's so bouncy. I mean, you know, even though he caught it right here deep in the lane, you would think 3 people around you know where to go, but he's so explosive. All he needs to do is just get up off the floor and he'll find a pathway to the basket. But he generates a lot of foul calls against him because of his explosiveness.
First free throw good for Douglas. Foul was called on C.J. Powell, the junior who had just come into the game off the bench. Wasn't able to keep his arms quite straight up and down enough for the officials' liking. Douglas hits them both. He's 3 for 3 at the line, continuing to lead his team, but he's got about half their points. 22-15, Tigers with the lead and the ball. C.J. Powell going over to Dean right side. Pass into the high post. Gideon feeds the corner. No good on the three-pointer there for Smith. Rebound secured by Williams. Powell set it up the same way, go to the left side. Smith looking for an opportunity, drives in, hands it back out. Powell to the left wing. Dean there, picks up the dribble, gives into Cooper, makes a move and loses control of the ball. Centaur possession. Fouls about even. 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Centaurs looking to cut into the 7-point Tiger advantage. Douglas picks up the dribble, pulled back out. This is Powell, back to Douglas. Bounce it over to Pongsak. Feeds it top for Navangsa. Quick move, and he's called for the travel. Got past Smith, but there was a reason for it. Turnover by the Centaurs. Timeout taken here. Again, it's a 22-15 score in favor of the Fridley Tigers. Road team has that advantage with 6:41 remaining here in the first half. And we are seeing the bounce in the step of the Tigers, right? The difference being right now the number of players that they're able to put out on the court.
And physically, you know, the Fridley, these players are a little bit more physically put together. And I think for, let's say, the Centaurs, they are very quick players and you know, very explosive, let's say, with Quay. But Fridley, that beef, you know, as you look at Devin Williams there, he's got some girth on him. I just think it's the physicality of Fridley that has really made it difficult for the Centaurs.
So after the break, Tigers with the basketball. Smith gets it into the front court, feeds Dean at the free throw line, pass into the left corner. They've been working this for a while. Now back up to Smith at the point. Trying to work against the zone. And CJ Powell gives it back to Smith. Those two just playing catch. Powell for three out of the corner, no good. Dean with the rebound, tries to pass it off, and Gideon fouled from behind. Gideon Cooper going to the line to shoot two.
See Tar there not giving an easy layup. Really just out of frustration. He didn't read the situation well. He had to come in from the help side, from the back. So he didn't want to give up that hard layup.
Here's shot up and good for Cooper. Back to an 8-point game. Cooper ready again. And he puts it in again. Sophomore able to knock down a couple of shots. By the way, that was the third foul on Pongsack. Quay Douglas into the front court. Trying to work off the screen, nearly lost it. Impressive he's got any chance at this. Essentially got double teamed. Jump ball, possession arrow favoring the Centaurs, so they'll maintain on this end of the court.
Tried to throw the ball between his opponent's legs just to break that screen and roll. But he was determined to get to the basket. And they need a bucket here.
Centaurs get it into Douglas. Douglas tries to push in. Not finding it. Pass over to Navongsa. Navongsa shoots the three. That is no good. Rebound gathered by the Tigers. Capu has it. He'll move into the front court. Passes off into the right corner. Three on the way. No good. Off the miss by Ahmed. It is lost out of bounds. Last touch by the Centaurs. Six different Tigers have scored here in the first half. They lead by 9. Entry pass in the left corner, taken towards the hoop. Shot no good on the floater by Capu. Rebound to the Centaurs. Douglas right into the lane, rises up. His shot won't fall, tipped out and gathered by the Tigers. Ahmed rushes into the front court, attacks the rim and draws the foul. Bashir Ahmed will shoot two.
Yeah, great job there. You could see it from this angle. He was really looking to get to the basket there. He could see that his opponent was a little deep underneath the basket. Euro stepped around him. Now he's giving himself an opportunity to knock down two.
First shot misses off the rim. Bashir still stuck on 2 points. And the Centaurs, they're down by 9, but compared to some of their recent losses, they're very much in this game. They've gotten into some lopsided games recently as this free throw up and good for Ahmed.
You just wonder if they had some of their players that are normally within the lineup, this would probably be a different kind of ball game. Maybe it's a tie score, but they're hanging in there.
Well, and we're going to see that as the game goes on, right? How much does the fatigue happen? Because they were playing neck and neck. Now they've fallen behind. Does that continue to grow? Or can someone make it happen? If it's going to be anyone, it's this man. Shot up and in on the fadeaway mid-range. Beautiful play for Quay Douglas.
It's just that explosiveness. He's like the Minnesota Ja Morant. Once he rises up, I mean, there's nothing you're going to do about it. All you can do is just simply put your hand up and hope that it doesn't go in.
Fridley gives it to the top. Fed into Cooper. He leaves it back out to the left side. Back to Cooper. Floats up a shot. Back iron, no good. Gets his own rebound and will go to the line to shoot two as he's fouled on the putback. Take another look at this penetration and pull up.
Just creating a little separation there, and then once again, just using that explosiveness. That's just so difficult to guard.
Shot up and in. All of Cooper's points have come at the free throw line. He's 3 for 3. Second attempt, no good. Centaurs have the rebound thanks to Douglas. They'll cross over and head towards the hoop. Nearly had it knocked away. Shot doesn't drop. Tipped out to Capu. Tigers into the front court. He forces up the shot, no good. Cooper looking for the putback. He's got it.
Cooper coming off the bench, giving Fridley a little life there with the block shot. And now attacking the rim and making some easy layups for his team.
You talked about the players maybe being a bit more strongly built, but we've seen a great effort from Cooper on the offensive end, Dean on the defensive end. The height that those two have brought to the court have been difference makers. Here, a shot no good. Rebound to Williams. Bounce pass to the left side, feeds the man going to the hoop, and finishing is C.J. Powell.
And that's what I like to see for Williams. Williams plays sometimes that power forward position, but what you want to see from a player like that is you want to see the whole bag, okay, if you will. And it was good to see him get that rebound through a nice bounce pass, threaded that needle for two.
Douglas forces up the shot. Good defense that time. They might have deflected it. Definitely got a hand in his face. Ball stolen away. We go the other direction. Navangsa driving in towards the hoop, gets caught up on the defense, and a foul is called.
Right there, we saw Devin Williams throw the nice assist, and he tried to thread the needle again. But Brooklyn Center aware, able to come down on the floor. Looks like no two shots, so they're gonna have to take it back out.
Kyle Ahmed for the foul. Entry pass, gets to Douglas. Lefty drive into the lane, and a foul is called along the way. Another foul on the floor. But we're getting close to free throws for the Centaurs, with still 3:22 to go in this first half. Pass sent into Douglas. He'll back out. Down by a baker's dozen, doesn't use the screen, goes to the hoop, muscles up, doesn't get the call as he's knocked down to the ground. Centaurs maintain possession, right wing three, off the mark that time for Antoine Jones. We go the other direction. C.J. Powell from the right wing. Skips it left side, three on the way, no good. Rebound, Navangsa able to gather it in. He's got help up ahead. Douglas will carry it in instead. Pulls up, long two, rattles out, rebound, and a foul is called. C.J. Powell clearing out some space underneath, draws, or is called for the foul.
This 13-point lead for the Fridley here, and now Coach Richter's gonna rest some of his starters so they don't get any kind of unnecessary fouls. Try to put some pressure on Centaurs. Try to close out this first half.
1-1 for Jones at the free throw line. Everyone forgot he gets another one. You've earned the right. Step back up.
That's right.
That's his first point of the game. Fridley, I mean, what a turnaround it's been. A team that started 0-6 and they've won a couple of games. Done some really nice work here. Ball brought into the front court for the Tigers. After the second free throw was no good, looking to score. Powell gets it into the lane. Over the top to Dean underneath. Dean, fade away, shot won't go. Putback is there. And Cooper, all kinds of aggressive tonight.
Cooper, nice putback there.
He averages 8 a game. He's got 7 already. A lot of different guys get into the scorebook for this Tigers team. Drive. Ball left over. Navangsa from Powell. Now to the left wing. Douglas crossing over. Pulls up the two. Won't fall. Tipped out. Secured by Gideon Cooper. Ahead to Smith. Antoine Smith pulls up. Now gives it off underneath. And the finish from in tight from C.J. Powell off the right window.
And you spoke about John Fridley's height and their ability to finish around the rim. And just for the last probably minute now, we've seen 6 to 8 points in fast break with their big guys really doing a good job finishing around the basket.
So they're running a play that I remember my 8th grade basketball team running. We got 2 big guys, put one of the high posts, one of the low posts. No one's going to touch it.
Basketball is a simple game. Just players and coaches mess it up.
Ball handed in. This is Navangsa. Works off a screen, looking for help. Drives in, hands it back to Powell. Powell driving into the lane, floats the shot, gets the roll, and a big bucket for Powell.
It's a big bucket for the Centaurs because right now, other than Douglas, Centaurs are looking for someone else to step up and carry a little bit of this load. Right now at a 14-point lead, someone's got to maybe try to get some kind of confidence right before this half to try to bring it to the second half.
Powell is the only player who's made a field goal besides Douglas in this first half for the Centaurs.
And Navangsa, you know, he's been putting them up from the three-point line. He's been aggressive. He's been active, just been unable to convert on the offensive end, but hopefully they can make some adjustments at halftime and free him up a little bit because Douglas needs a little bit help.
Ball brought into the front court. Centaurs with it. Douglas looking for some space and a foul called. Offensive foul against Quay Douglas. It's his second personal.
He's got to be careful here. He doesn't want to show the referees too much attitude with that second foul, and all of a sudden you get a tech, and then you have 3 fouls. Not able to play so aggressively on the offensive end, so he's got to be careful.
C.J. Powell gives it over to Smith. Ball left back out. Force it back in. They keep trying to give Cooper a chance. Over to Dean. Dean bounces into the corner. 25 seconds left in this half. Tigers get it into Cooper. He had a chance to go to the hoop instead of corner 3. That is no good. And Cooper with another rebound. Smith drives to the hoop. Doesn't get the roll on his finish, and we've got a foul once it's finally secured by the Centaurs. They'll go to the line for a 1-and-1 chance.
If you're Douglas, you got to be happy with that, you know, because you're going to be able to score without any time going off the clock. And with this 14-point lead, every opportunity you can get to the foul line and the clock is not moving, that's what you want to see.
So Douglas is 3 for 3 at the stripe, has a 1-and-1 opportunity. Can't hit on the first. A rebound to Gideon Cooper. Smith takes it into the front court. Down to 6 seconds left. Smith trying to get around the defense. Feeds into the corner. Now over to Dean. Dean forces it up a little early, and it does not drop. And we go to the locker room. A 14-point game in favor of the visiting Tigers. 34-20. We're going to recap this half and get you set for the start of the second momentarily. Right now we pause. You're watching high school basketball on CCX Sports. Tigers 34, Centaurs 20. We're at the half here at Brooklyn Center High School on CCX Sports. John Head and Ariel McDonald back with you. And we weren't sure what we were going to get. We had a tight one early. There's been some separation as the half has gone on, and you can see that on the scoreboard. And so let's take a look at some of the action from that first half. Tigers did jump out to the initial lead, but it was a good push from Quay Douglas to give the Centaurs an opportunity. He was able to get to the rim, hit a couple threes. He has absolutely carried the Centaurs from a scoring perspective. He's been the man to watch individually. On the other side for the Tigers, it's been a team game. I mean, we're talking about the distribution of scoring. Everyone's playing defense. They're passing the ball well. You see it there, the feed right to Williams, who's normally their top scorer, but he's tied with 2 other players for the lead in scoring at the half because they are just passing it so well and finding the open man.
you know, for Fridley right now, just going into halftime, got to feel real comfortable. And like you said, with multiple players having a contribution to the first half scoring, it makes it easier for them to be more comfortable on the defensive end as we see Fridley getting back and really just stopping easy baskets for the Centaurs. Fridley's got to continue to do the same things in the second half. And if you're the Brooklyn Center Centaurs, you got to make that adjustment.
So I talked about the balanced scoring on the one side for Fridley. Cooper, what a job off the bench. Gideon Cooper and Eric Dean, the two bigs that have come in, have provided a lot while Williams and Smith have done their thing. They're the names we expected. On the other side, Douglas, obviously we expected to carry the load, but not quite like this. You know, to not have anyone else contributing in a way that's going to make them competitive tonight. They've got to find that guy in the locker room here at halftime who's going to step up, or probably more than just one other guy.
Absolutely.
So with that, we know what the Centaurs have in store for them. It's an uphill battle, but not insurmountable at 14 points. We'll pause. When we come back, we start the second half here on CCX Sports.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
14-point ball game. And the Centaurs trying to rally from this 2-touchdown deficit. 18 minutes up on the board. We're ready to go here in the second half on CCX Sports. Tigers begin with the basketball. They've got the advantage. Ruben Kapow gets it. Now over to the right wing, back up to the point. Swinging around left side for Williams. Skips the pass back to the right. Trying to find an opening against this zone. Into the corner. Williams will now drive to the basket and lays it in.
That's certainly not a good sign right there. First basket, first possession. With the Centaurs, you want to be a little bit more aggressive than that, not give up an easy layup there.
Here's Powell on the dribble, moves to the right wing. Gets his way into the lane, and we've got a foul call. This one comes early. Looks like Williams picking up his second. He picked up a foul right away in the first half, and then got one more as things went on. So here's number 3. Entry pass finds Douglas from the right wing. Dribbles his way to the top. Being guarded tightly there by Ahmed. Douglas now off the screen, having some trouble, and it took 3 players, but they steal it away. Williams into the front court, rises up for the slam. We'll give him the 2 because it falls in.
He had bad intentions. Oof.
You know, I thought he was going to pull up and switch once that defender was right underneath like that, but he went aggressive.
Oh, my goodness.
Here, Powell for 3. Shot's no good. Rebound secured by Capu. Head-up dribble, and he'll cross the timeline. Swing it around to the left side. Williams thinks about the 3. Skips it to the right for Smith. Antoine Smith, alley-oop, but this one out of the reach of Williams and a turnover. Well, now he's gone for 2 dunks in a row. First attempt came off the steal when essentially 3 defenders came in on Quay Douglas.
And he tried to catch a body, as the kids say. Just not enough hang time.
Well, I've heard the shooter's touch. That you rarely see the dunker's touch.
Right.
There, that was impressive. But he got it to go in the end. 16-16 remaining here in the second half. 18-point ball game, largest lead of the game, 4 for the Tigers. Bounced in towards the post, stolen away. Smith racing into the front court, rises up. His shot blocked by Douglas. Rebound secured by the visitors. Now they lose it and we go the other direction in a hurry. Antoine Jones, reverse lay-in. That's what they're looking for, his first field goal of the night.
If you're the Centaurs, that's what you need. Need some steals, need some unforced turnovers so you can get out and transition, because it's been too hard, too difficult to beat that zone.
Dean was wide open, and a mismatch there against Powell. He's able to rise up and put it in for 2.
That's that size you were talking about. Powell just a little too, no, not enough help. I don't want to call him little, but not enough height there.
Well, he shouldn't have been down there. There must have been a switch that I didn't see right away.
Right.
Here, pushing down, Pongsack kicks it out. Now Douglas can't finish at the rim. Rebound loose, another attempt. Pongsack with the bucket. There it is. Field goals from 2 players who didn't have any in the first half, and the Centaurs cutting it down to a 16-point game. Here, feet underneath. Nice work by Ahmed with the right hand to spin that off the window.
Just watching Douglas's body language right now. You know, young fella, you got to hang in there. I know you don't have much out there to work with, and it's just been difficult, you know, trying to stay in the game. But he's such a talented player. I don't want him to just give up. I want him to play through the game.
He missed on the 3, follows his own shot, and puts it in. Opportunistic score there for Douglas. On the other end, Smith drives quickly, shot won't go. Williams tries to follow but can't finish. And the Centaurs, these are the kinds of plays they need to make the Tigers pay for. Trying to be razzle-dazzle and not getting scores. Here, a shot flung towards the rim. And we're gonna get a bailout foul call there. Take another look at Douglas. Didn't necessarily look like he was gonna go for the rebound, and then it just came right to him. So why not? And that's not necessarily saying that he wasn't going to go for it. He was the man at the top of the key. He's supposed to fall back defensively.
Right, right.
But it was there. Good awareness.
Just got that bounce.
Foul was called on Ahmed. That's what put Jones at the free throw line where he knocks down the first.
Just heard one of the fans from the stands yell at Quay, you know, keep playing, keep playing. And, you know, sometimes it's difficult being a leader, especially when you have players who are missing and, you know, you have a sense or a feeling that, hey, just going to give up. But Douglas being a high-profile player, and he's going to get his flowers. He just has to continue to demonstrate the same kind of behavior on and off the floor. And, of course, being able to produce on the court like he has been the last couple of years.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I mean, if you're Coach Gilbert, in a game where you're missing as many players as they are, you just tell Quay, do what you want. Like, shoot as much as you want. You're the guy who's going to make this happen, or is not going to lead to good team cohesiveness in the game or throughout the season.
You know, I think if the stakes were busier, he might move to that kind of narrative. Yeah. But now he really has in his heart that he really wants to create a program, and he wants to do it the right way. So even if you watch Quay, he's been a 30-point scorer, 25, 30 for the last couple of years. But he plays the right way. He's not a guy that just comes out here and just chucks it or needs a lot of volume to score. He really, you know, plays within the offense, and because of his ability, he's able to do some things that many other players aren't able to do so, and that leads to some, you know, towards his scoring average. But he plays the right way, and I believe that that's what, you know, Coach Gilbert wants for the long haul.
Cooper made the first, missed the second. The rebound secured by the Tigers. So Fridley back at it on offense. Dean into Cooper, give it back. Dean towards the basket, fadeaway shot, misses. Offensive rebound won't go. They're still getting the ball. Tigers pick it up. Cooper has it, leaves it out to Smith, and they'll reset. And Fridley with third, fourth, fifth chances on this possession. Looking to make a move, Max to the basket, and he lays it in. MJ Newton to the basket. That's his first field goal.
That's MJ's game. He's going to beat you off the dribble, and he's got some size on him. He'll attack that rim, and he's not afraid of any contact.
He's the 8th player to score for the Tigers in this game. We lead by 17. You know, the reason I asked the question about, you know, how do you handle Douglas to keep him involved is, you know, I was never that kind of scorer, but I always imagined how much fun it would be. And it seems like if you could do that on a nightly basis, could you ever get bored? But obviously winning is important to him, and that's not happening right now.
No, it's not. But at the same time, for Quay, you know, he has a demeanor and a disposition too. He's not a hothead kid. He's not going to just go off. He will play within the confines of the offense. He's just, you know, a tremendous basketball player who is capable if you say, hey, go get me some buckets, go shoot the ball, go play. Yeah. He can do it now. He can definitely do that, but he's trying to do it the right way, so I'm going to support him in that.
Smith, oh, absolutely. Smith, and that's the kind of thing that at the next level, if he gets that opportunity, that's going to make him fit in with whatever team he goes to.
Right. I mean, he's a player who wants to play at the highest level. He's not a player that wants to play at the JUCO level, and that's what you do at JUCO.
Yeah.
But if you want to prepare for the highest levels, especially the position he's going to have to play, because he's going to have to be a point guard. He's going to have to learn how to play within the offense and really, be a conduit to making things happen.
Dean with the 3. He's up to 7 points now. And a timeout taken. 50-28, our score with 12:24 remaining in the second half. And take another look at what we're getting there. Dean on that shot. And he's taken a couple of threes now. The first one he's put in. Contributions from all over for this Tigers team. Take a look at the Tri-Metro Conference coming in. Columbia Heights yet to be beaten by anyone. And De La Salle trying to chase them down. They're the only teams with above 500 records overall. Brooklyn Center still searching for its first win. Fridley at 1-1 entering tonight. Looking right now like they're going to improve to 2-1.
This is where Coach Gilbert earns your paycheck. I mean, when your team is down this many and you're trying to keep, the attitude and you're trying to keep the spirit of your team, because it's a long season. But when you're trying to use moments like these to try to build and to try to, build confidence and get them to understand, to have that no-quit mentality. So we'll see if the boys respond here.
Brandon Holiday trying to give it off, and that one lost. Steven Nizimi, the intended target. So the Centaurs finally going deeper into their bench than we had seen previously.
But I tell you what, Coach Gilbert has the pulse of this team. He has their attention. Coming out of this timeout, these young men could have just thrown up a shot, but they ran a disciplined play. And he probably forced the pass in there, but you know why he forced it? Because Coach Gilbert said, we want to run this play. So I like to see things like that. Winning is going to come. When you start with your program and you do it the right way, you stick around long enough, winning comes.
Ball sent in, tipped away, and the Tigers have it. Fridley into the front court. C.J. Powell passes to Smith on the wing. Inside to Cooper. Cooper not even looking for a shot, gives it back out. Now Smith hits the side of the backboard as his shot was offline. We head the other direction with speed. Holiday to the rim. Finishes! Transition bucket for Brandon Holiday right after he pops off the bench.
You could see the look on Coach Richter's face. Smith's shot.
Here, this one into Dean. Bounces it off to Cooper. Lefty finish. And Gideon Cooper into double figures.
Yeah. Cooper coming off the bench, really stepping it up on the road for his team here.
Pongsack hands it back out. Holiday takes the shot. It's off the mark. Rebound. Cooper can't secure it. I'll tell you, Holiday didn't get any run earlier, but the freshman has come out looking very confident on this court.
This is the night, this is an opportunity. I mean, you don't get many opportunities to be on the floor. I know he's a JV participant, but now with this lead like this, Coach Gilbert looking to get some guys some experience, and, here's an opportunity. So let's see what the young fella can do.
Entry pass into the lane, and we've got a foul on that play. Man in the area was C.J. Powell. That's got to be number 4 for Powell, I think. Nope, 3.
That's his job, though. Be physical. Don't worry about your fouls. Muck up the game. Ooh.
Entry pass works, but the block from Cooper. His second swat of the night.
Cooper's having a day here. It's amazing when you give a guy some layups, some scoring opportunities. He sees the ball go through the basket. He's more willing to play on that defensive end a little bit harder for you. And Cooper doing a really good job defensively and offensively this evening.
Ball given into the left corner. 3 from there is no good. Offensive rebound, pushing in, and a foul call, and Zimmy will go to the free throw line. Fouls just piling up for the Tigers at this point here in the second half. This is on M.J. Newton, number 2 for him. So off the 4th team foul. Here's Nzimi looking for his first point of the night. He'll get it there. Sophomore hasn't scored much this season. And yeah, the 5 on the floor keep getting younger for the Centaurs.
Right.
Second shot. Doesn't go. Smith looking, being guarded tightly by Halliday. Now this ball stolen away. Stepping in front was Pongsack. Here's Douglas driving to the hoop with strength, and he finishes with the right hand.
He's explosive off the floor, and he's also very quick. He can, his stop go is really, really nice.
You've talked about him playing within the flow of the game. When he's attacked the basket, there's been no one underneath, and that's vision from the top for him.
And you know what, John? He hasn't really played on a very successful team. And so what is always interesting to me for a player like that is I wonder how good he would look on a very successful team. I think he would enjoy it so much because he would have help, and now he knows he doesn't have to press so much. He can conserve some of his energy, but night in and night out, it is an effort for him. But I believe it'll make him a better ball player and a better man. But I really would like to see him play with some quality players. Sometimes on the AAU circuit, you can catch him, but playing high school ball, it really is, John. It's just totally different. The mentalities are different. Referees are different. But I'd like to see him, especially in the state of Minnesota, so we can appreciate him more.
In talking to Coach Gilbert, he thinks some of those things are possible now if his teammates can get out on the floor with him, and that's what we talked about earlier, is that they just don't have a full complement of players this evening.
Right. I mean, you can give him the ball. He can literally go get you a bucket every single offense. If you just say, Quay, I need you to get me a foul, or I need the ball to at least be a good attempt going. He can do it. And there are very few players in the state right now, and he's of the 2023 class, very few players in the state right now that have that ability.
We'll go to the line to shoot. He's 3 for 4. He'll get 4 for 5 after that make.
If he had two pieces, a big man who could catch and finish around the rim and maybe can control the defensive end like we're seeing Cooper do, and a nice little wing, maybe a 3, the Brooklyn Center would be a really good team.
Well, you talk about the size. It's not just about, the skill level of the other players on the team right now that are available, but you mentioned at the next level, he'll have to be a point guard. He doesn't get that opportunity as much here.
No, he doesn't.
He's one of the biggest players they have available.
You're right, John. He spends most of his time on the defensive end, like we were seeing them playing zone. He's playing in the middle guy right there in the middle of the lane versus, now the next level or playing with a team with maybe more players that have size, he would be forced to play out there. So there are some adjustments he's going to have to make. I'm sure we're going to see it later on, but once again, I'd love to see him play with more quality.
Pongsack.
And Coach Gilbert spoke to it.
Yeah.
He believes once he gets some players, back into the fold and this COVID thing kind of subsides a little bit, he can get some guys healthy. That hopefully we get to see that before season's end.
Powell goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Pongsack picked up his 4th foul on that. Or did they switch it? Looks like they switched it. Here, top of the key, Douglas just pulls up and drills the triple.
I mean, John, they called out the play. That's the play.
9 points for him in the second half, so he's up to 24 tonight. And it hasn't felt forced. You're absolutely right about it. Now a foul as Fridley goes up for another shot. So early on, it was the Tigers who were picking up all the fouls, but Centaurs doing their best to catch up on these last few possessions.
And this is a funny time in the game, okay, right now. We're 13, 15-point lead. It's 9 minutes left.
It's not over.
Don't kick cuffs. And you have a guy on the court in 9 minutes can give you 30 points. So if you're Fridley, maybe Coach Richter will call a timeout and, get guys' attention because, you got a potential guy who can give you 40 to 50 points in a game. Hey, guys, stay awake.
Substitutions happening here. Now, we did see right at the start of the half, some flashy plays or attempts at flashy plays. Those have subsided for Fridley, even though their lead is still strong. Off the free throw miss, here's Quay Douglas into the front court. Gives it to his right. Controlled by Navongsa. He tries to drive. Navongsa's shot deflected away. He's had a rough night tonight. Hasn't gotten much going. Drive on the other end. Flipped up, no good. Cooper with the follow. Gets another rebound. Tries again. Foul. And he hits the shot.
Cooper able to get 2 points and 2 rebounds in one possession here. Has a chance to knock it down get an and one, but just great effort. Great effort here. He runs the floor, doesn't give up, keeps it high. Just able to finish strong.
Cooper on his one and only free throw attempt, the back iron miss. Dean tracks down the rebound. Here, three-pointer, good. Ahmed with his first downtown drop in.
And what was just at 15, now John with the potential to cut it to 13 or possibly 12 is now back at 20.
Douglas for three, got it. And he is calling his own number a little bit more now.
I don't know, John. I think he heard you, so he might take your advice.
Yeah, show me what you got tonight.
Because right now, it doesn't look like that would be a bad idea.
Cameras aren't here every night.
That's right.
Ball given over to the right side. Fridley into Dean. Dean leaves it back out. From the free throw line, wanted to find Cooper underneath. Still looking at it. He'll spin around. Ball controlled from the left wing into the corner, and traveling violation on the start of that drive. So off the walk by Ahmed, we go to the other end. Cooper's been the stronger of the two, but I would say Dean's presence off the bench has been quite strong as well. Extending plays, creating buckets. Speaking of which, another score for the Centaurs.
Now we're back at 15.
Dean ahead, fakes the pass, puts it in himself. 7 in the second half for Dean. He's got 9 overall.
Dean just playing smart. Taking the game as it comes to you, not forcing anything. Just being at the right spot, finishing strong, and being fundamental.
Holiday at the top. Gets it back, takes the long two here, rattles out, tipped out, and on the run, it's grabbed by Ahmed. He'll head towards the hoop and start to lose control. Holiday fouls him. So Brandon Holiday hasn't been in long, but that's a couple of fouls for him. 5 fouls per side. Off the entry pass, leave it to the top. Kapow. Starts a drive, kicks it back out to Williams. Williams on the dribble, looking for help. Bounces it off to the left side. Feeds to Kapow from the free throw line, heads to the hoop. His shot no good. Cooper with the rebound. Putback won't go. It's tipped out to the Centaurs. Fed ahead. Evagsa into the corner. Drives baseline. Forces up the shot. No good. Offensive rebound and a putback. And Zimmy with his first points of the night.
Every time they get it to 15, they give up a bucket. Can they cut it? A break here.
Dean on the travel. Dean looked around like, what happened?
Yeah,
looked
what
right at
happened?
his coach, and his coach said, yeah, you walked.
Yeah. Give up the ball.
Richter knew. There's something amazing when you have that ball in your hands. It just doesn't seem like that's what happened to you because
No.
the game is so fast.
That's right. No, no player, it's always someone else's fault. It's always like, what, ref? What are you talking about?
Quay Douglas pulls up from the top of the key. Shot no good. Offensive rebound. Good job by Antoine Jones, and it's left back out. Douglas again, and he's fouled by Dean. Well, I'd been heaping the praise on Dean. We get a turnover on one end, a foul to follow, as we're sitting at 15, and these Centaurs trying to trim it. 6 minutes is still enough time. But the margin for error shrinks every time that clock ticks down. Ball sent into Powell. 4 points on the night. Powell being guarded by Dean. Tries to drive.
Okay.
Foul call.
Coach Gilbert, what he looks like he's trying to do, he's going to spread the floor and attack their bigs. He's got small guys in. Right now, they're going to look to get steals and try to get out in transition. But now, looks like he's just going to isolate and try to attack as they try to attack Dean there.
1-on-1 opportunity for Powell. Short off the rim. Dean gets the rebound.
No,
We saw earlier in the night, Dean got matched up on Powell in the post and took it to him and got
Right.
the points. We saw the exact opposite on the other end where they try to isolate Dean on the outside.
All right. And they were at 15 with an opportunity to cut it to 13. Seems like 15 is that number that they got to break.
5:54 to go in this second half. 60-45 our score in favor of the visiting Tigers. They have led nearly throughout. It was kind of neck and neck until we got into the teens, and that's when Fridley created the separation that has kind of hung around this point for most of the second half. Remember, it was a 14-point game at the break.
So it looks like it's been played even, but you and I watching the game and our spectators watching the game, we know that Fridley came out in the second half and really kind of extended that lead, and now Brooklyn Center trying to fight through and chip away at what Fridley came out in the second half with. So
the foul situation also a factor because the home team is shooting the rest of the way, and anytime you can get points with the clock stopped, that is ideal for the Centaurs.
I know a few of the Centaur players who are not playing tonight. If they were playing, this would be a different ball game for sure.
Brooklyn Center coming back out onto the floor. Defensively, as the Tigers will trigger it in from half court. Cooper gets the honors. Hands it into Kaput. Swing it over to Dean right side. Skip pass to Williams. Kind of a quiet night for Williams. We've talked as he rises up for the alley-oop attempt. It won't go. Guess who's got the board again? Cooper. I haven't been tracking rebounds, and I'm sad about it because I think Cooper's looking at that double-double tonight.
Yeah, Cooper's definitely, if things continue on the way they're going, he definitely would be the player of the game with his contribution with blocking shots, rebounding, and scoring.
So we talked about Douglas and staying within the game. I would give Williams the same praise. He hasn't scored nearly as much, but that's because he hasn't had to. This has been a team win tonight.
Absolutely.
Not in the books yet, but it would be. Dean from the high post feeds Cooper easily. Shot blocked. Good job of rising up to meet the big, but a foul was called as well.
There's definitely a rule for the Centaurs that there's no easy layups because anytime they're out of position and you got a freebie, Coach Gilbert's telling them to lay the wood on you.
Free throw attempt up and in, and Cooper has been at the line so much tonight. He's taken 9 free throws, or he will on this next one. That'll be his 9th coming up.
Well, he spends so much time around that basket, and when you're cleaning up, missed shots on the offensive rebound. I mean, there are going to be opportunities to get fouled and get to that free throw line.
Second shot won't go either. Centaurs have the rebound. It's Quay Douglas. 16-point game. Douglas pulls up for 3, short, and the rebound grabbed by the Tigers. Fridley into the front court. Had options ahead. Cooper gets it over to Williams. Thought about the 3, and he'll pull back. Gives it out. A little early to run clock, but they certainly aren't in a rush. Cooper gets it in the high post. Feeds Williams right side. Thought about the 3. Back out to the point. Leave it left side. Williams, right wing. Feed into the cutter. He's the shot blocked as he was coming down the lane. There's that no easy buckets. This time they get it cleanly. Foul on the other end. Will set up a free throw opportunity, a 1-and-1 chance for the Centaurs. Douglas 5 for 6 at the free throw line tonight. He's sitting on 27 points in this game. First shot, no good. Both the shots he's missed have been the front ends of 1-and-1s. Ball stolen right back by the Centaurs, and a foul called way in the backcourt. Unable to stop himself was MJ Newton.
Coach Gilbert tells Quay Douglas, he said, I need you to make some free throws. Can't seem to crack that 15 mark, though.
Step into the line is Antoine Jones. He's 3 for 4 at the free throw line this evening. Foul was the 4th on Newton, by the way. First shot falls in. Jones set up for a second try. These Tigers, with a win tonight, will have 3 consecutive victories. Columbia Heights, going to be real tough to make it 4. They are undefeated entering tonight's action.
Columbia Heights, tough team. They look like they're primed and ready to make a run at that state title this year.
Jones hit the second shot, so 2 for 2 at the line. We're down to a 14-point game. Looking for a stop, and Centaurs get it. Ball in the hands of Jones. He heads into the front court, forces up the shot. It's good.
This ain't over, John. All of a sudden, the Centaurs start getting out in transition, getting steals, you know, because they're playing with house money. They're going to keep playing.
Jones had 1 point in the first half. He was the 3rd leading scorer. He's got 8 here in the second half. We said who was going to step up for the Centaurs. He's one of them.
And Fridley's Williams, he's going to have to step up too. He's been quiet. He's been facilitating and playing within the game, but now his team needs him to step up.
Smith with a baseline drive. Can't finish from in tight. Quay Douglas with the rebound and maybe a bit of momentum. This 3 makes it single digits. Got it! 9-point game and a timeout taken by the Tigers with 3:30 to go. It is not over yet.
John, when you have a prolific scorer on your bench, no lead is safe. Here's Quay Douglas on display. Just a step up 3, and once again that elevation, as our spectators can see. You can't defend that. There's nothing you can do when a guy's got a 37-inch vertical leap on his jump shot. There's nothing you're going to be able to do. So Fridley, good timeout here. 9-point lead, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. This is a game again.
You need points and you need them fast, so no hesitation. And he knew what a momentum play that would be for the mentality of himself and his entire team, I have to imagine, when he pulled up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He understands. I mean, he's in these positions night in and night out. So this isn't his first go-around. So being at home right now, you know, he can smell weakness. So and like I say, he's able to put him up in bunches quick.
Backcourt pressure from the Centaurs now. This ball lost on the ground. Diving on top of it is Smith. It's lost to the hoop. It's floated into the air. No good. Douglas has the rebound. Looking for space. His putback won't go. Tipped out and saved. Over and back is called. Oh my, I thought that the foul was going to be called once Navangza got to that ball, but it had carried into the backcourt.
Now that's an interesting call, because here it looks like Douglas goes up, he misses it, and then the white team, Fridley, hit it out. And then as we see right there, Navangza, we see him, he touches it right before he goes across the half-court line.
Smith from the top. Kicks it to the left side. 3-pointer for Fridley. They answer. Oh my, Bashir Ahmed with his second 3-pointer of the game.
And Ahmed shot that with confidence. That was a big 3.
Douglas into the front court. His team down by a dozen once more. Off the pick and roll. His pass stolen away, and Smith has it into the front court. He's got help ahead, but will lay it up himself. No good. Cooper can't secure the rebound. Centaur ball. Wow. These teams know how to bookend a game, because it was neck and neck, back and forth fight early, and now we're back to it in the last couple of minutes.
We got Smith attacking. He had the wide open Ahmed there, just missed him. Centaurs, another break.
Caden Navangza into the front court, hands it off. Here's a 3, no good, and rising up, Newton has the rebound. To the other end, Tigers had been slowing things down in the half court, and now that it's in Williams' hands, I imagine we're going to get that again. Newton, double teamed, gives it off to Williams. He'll bounce it out. Bashir Ahmed, hands off to the cutter. This shot blocked. The putback there for Cooper.
And there's Cooper with another rebound and another 2 points.
He's been there all night. Back to a 14-point game, and a timeout taken by the home team with 1:55 remaining. And there was a glimmer of hope, but I think it might have been snuffed out there by the Tigers over the last minute.
Nice little backdoor cut here. But there's Cooper.
Defense was there, and Zimmy got that initial deflection.
You know, John, it was just 2 possessions. It was at I believe it was an 8-point game. It was 2 possessions in particular, where Douglas came down kind of took an ill-advised three, even though he's been making some.
Yep.
His balance was off a little bit, and then just that last possession there where we saw 44 take a poor shot from the outside. He hasn't taken any three-point shots the entire game, and coming to this moment, needed to be smarter there.
Back onto the floor for both of these teams to play out the final minutes. I mentioned the Tigers have Columbia Heights coming up. For Brooklyn Center, it's a game at Richfield, a team that's 3-3. So, you know, when you're struggling the way that the Centaurs have this season, you look at that and you think, all right, this is a 500 team. We've got a chance there. Here, rising up, Douglas for three, no good. Rebound to the Tigers. And what a swing for Fridley's season. As I've talked about before, I mean, it seemed like there was nothing going for them in the early games this year, and now they have stormed back.
It might have been some undue circumstances, maybe, you know, player recovering from COVID. You just never know.
Yep.
But now with 6 games in, they're able to make some adjustments and now getting on the winning track.
Here, bank shot goes in for Caden Navangsa. That's his first bucket of the game. He'd been trying to get inside so many times that he'd been denied.
Yeah.
Here, he stops a little bit short, shoots it from the middle of the lane. He gets the points.
And if he probably would have gotten some of those going early, if he could have converted early, that would have built more confidence for, you know, later on in the game at these moments. But, you know, he's staying aggressive, and that's what you want to see.
1-1 for MJ Newton. His first free throw earns him another. That's 3 points for Newton tonight. The foul, by the way, was called on Antoine Jones. That's his 4th. Second shot goes as well.
2 of them the hard way. Newton used every part of the rim on both free throws.
Sometimes the scenic route is nice. Here, ball controlled on the left wing, and we've got a foul again.
And Douglas missed, you know, a front end of a 1-on-1, before that, prior to that 3-point shot, You know, players always think it comes down to, you know, oh, I missed shot, yeah. But there's moments in the game. Did you miss the shot during that moment? And, you know, when you have opportunities at the free throw line, you got to convert.
He converts on this one. He's shooting 2, and maybe that's the difference because 3 times tonight the Centaurs have missed the front end of a 1-on-1. Second shot doesn't drop. Williams with the rebound. Minute to play as the Tigers move into the front court. Max hands it off to Smith. Smith dribbling in and does get the foul call. Douglas got a piece of it. So Antoine Smith going to the free throw line. He's got 9 points in this game. And we get a timeout called by the Centaurs with 54 seconds remaining. They might use them all before we're done here. 13-point game.
You know, all of these minutes, well, seconds now, are just learning lessons for Coach Gilbert. Also for Coach Richter, teaching his team how to finish a game and, you know, really stay mentally engaged because they almost, you know, put themselves in a position to make it a more of an effort to win. But, you know, some of the inconsistencies that Brooklyn Center has and some of the maybe, you know, lack of experience probably hurt them in the end because they were in a position right there to really put a scare to Fridley.
On the other side, Coach Richter not wasting these timeouts either, teaching some lessons, and he's getting to see some things with Eli Nelson not being available for this game. Other guys have stepped up. I mean, it's not that Williams has done nothing. He's just been quieter than normal. And to see that from your top scorer and not have your secondary scorer, a lot of guys have probably made a case for themselves to earn more minutes the rest of the way.
You know, he almost played the game like he was signed already. You know, here he is as a senior. He's one of the top prospects. But you would think he'd be pressing. But no, he just played the game the right way, played within the game. And, you know, he's able to allow some of his teammates, like here's Cooper. He's not giving it up. No, he's got one more free throw. Because that was almost over the back.
I think our official might have been confused on that one.
Uh-oh.
Yep, he's tapping himself. Cooper got the rebound when the whistle was blown. So you would say Fridley ball. We'll go to the other end.
Did they call a foul on Cooper? Maybe that's what it was.
All right, we'll shoot at the other end instead. Deshaun Pongsack, first free throws of the game. He has 2 points in this one. Shot off the mark on the first try. All in all, a much better second half for the Centaurs. More points, more contributors. Second shot doesn't drop either. Offensive rebound, the putback not there. And taken by the Centaurs once more. Devangsa launches a three, it's short. And the rebound taken in by the Tigers. Jump ball. So Fridley stretching their winning streak against the Centaurs to 6 in a row with tonight's victory. Ball handed into Powell. Now a three-pointer blocked by Cooper. They've got a man deep if they wanted to go there. Instead, Williams moves it into the front court slowly. Pass underneath. Lefty lay-in from right under the hoop by Ahmed, and he's had a very solid game. Averages 7 points tonight. He's got more than that in the second half. Here, a long shot, no good. Williams has the board, and they can burn the rest of the clock. Cooper's even had enough. The young man off the bench and no rush to go to the hoop. They're just going to take the clock down to 0. Victory on the road for the Tigers. They get their third win of the year, 70-55. Our score. We've got more coming up in the post-game show when we return to Brooklyn Center. Again, that score, visiting Fridley Tigers 70, Brooklyn Center Centaurs 55. You saw it all here on CCX Sports. One last time from Brooklyn Center, where the Centaurs come up short against the Fridley Tigers. Final score 70-55 as the Tigers improve to 3-6. The Centaurs drop to 1-4. And Errol, we weren't sure what we were going to get with this game. We got some nice individual performances from guys that we expected and some guys we didn't. And hats off to the Tigers for getting the win tonight.
You know, the Tigers, you know, this is what they were supposed to do. I'm sure that they were thinking it was going to be a different Centaur team, but they were able to take care of business. And like you said, John, some good and some bad, you know, for the Centaurs. They were able to still maybe find some other guys who don't play as much. And now Coach Gilbert's able to see what they're able to contribute. And for Coach Richter, a well-balanced team effort and his leading scorer, you know, just leading his team with a positive attitude, but it manifests itself into a 15-point victory.
So with that, we want to thank you all for tuning in. From our broadcast partner, Ariel McDonald, I'm John Haddon, and our entire CCX crew. From Brooklyn Center, the Tigers of Fridley win 70-55. Saw it all here on CCX Sports.
Be well.